Well, hello everyone. This is Dr. Eileen, and this is another Daily Dose of Medicine Walk. And for those of you who are listening in on Blog Talk Radio, this is Healing House Radio. So, I'm actually feeling, kind of chipper today. I got in a new webcam, so I'm going to be, working on that. And I mean, my camera has been doing a really good job, but I just want to kick things up. And I found one that was affordable and yet had most of the qualities I wanted. And so I'm going to be rearranging things a bit. And I've just got another couple of things to come in, and I'll be able to, try doing this in a new way. And so stay tuned for some big changes on at least the video part of it. And I'm working with some new editing software that I'm very excited about. And it's been kind of a challenging week a little bit. There's been a lot of stuff I've kind of, had on my mind, some things that have been weighing on me. And as I was, hooking up the new webcam and reading the manual and all that stuff and looking at it, I realized that I was really letting myself get too sucked in and too attached to some of the things that were going on in my life, and conflicts with other people, and just kind of feeling, well, hello Luna. And Luna, the MCAT, is here, feeling so much better. And so she's hanging out and feeling spry. Hey you. But anyway, I realized that I was doing what I've been really trying to caution others not to do, which is getting caught up in what I can't control, as opposed to, just really appreciating, there you go, really appreciating everything that I have. And when I thought about it, I mean, I am so blessed. And most people are more blessed than they think. And that doesn't mean that there aren't really bad, hard things that are happening. And if you're in one of those spaces, I'm really sorry. And I hope the best for you. And when we consider, what, how about if I start looking at that glass a little bit more half full? And there's a saying that it doesn't matter if the glass is half full or half empty. The important thing is to remember that it can always be refilled. So I started thinking about what I wanted to fill that with, and it really started, kind of getting me into a different frame of mind. And really, the things that are bothering you, the things that are aggravating you, the conflicts you have with people, I mean, in a year, in even 6 months, is that going to still be significant? Is, what we're going through, and what we're going through is really intense and really, massive. And part of how we will survive it is by figuring out a way to find peace with it, to be able to accept the things we can accept, to do as much as we can, wearing masks and social distancing and taking care of ourselves. And it's also a part of accepting that eventually, one day, this will pass. The Spanish flu passed when I'm sure they thought that it never would. And so everything has a cycle. And it can be very easy to get caught in a downward spiral, especially when you're empathic and you're feeling everything around you. And once I stopped and thought about where I was energetically, that's when it clicked. That's when it's like, oh, okay, I just need to put my energy somewhere else. I need to refocus on what really is important and what really matters. So, and the fact that Luna was sick, and I was really down about that and really worried about her. And, she's doing great. She's doing fine. Thank God for modern medicine and things like antibiotics and wonderful veterinarians who are out there still working and doing things. And even Sam, I was able to get some medication that is making him a bit more comfortable. And while the jury is still really out on some of the things going on with him, for today he's comfortable. For today he's all right. And I can embrace that and I can go, well, at least I have today. And sometimes that's the important thing for us to remember. Okay, how about you go up there? Oh, goodness sakes. No, I don't want to hold you right now. What happens when a cat does not want you to stop holding it? But try to consider where you are right now. And if there is anything out of where you are right now that you can be okay with, that is not such a bad thing in your life, that is a that is just one of those little things that it's like, okay, it's bad and it could be worse. And I hear enough stuff from people. I have a lot of people who talk to me. I do a lot of spiritual counseling. And yeah, there's some folks going through some really, really, really bad things. So that makes me that much more grateful for everything that I've got. And gratitude in empaths is a very important quality, because if we can find our center and our grounding and, find that eye of the storm and be able to be okay, what happens is we go into transmit mode and we can transmit feeling okay to other people. It doesn't have to be perfect. Life is not going to be perfect. And I was speaking with someone, and they were going through something tough. They were going through something real tough. And she made a comment, well, I know I'm supposed to be grateful. I know that I'm not supposed to, to talk about anything bad. I'm not supposed to even acknowledge feeling upset. And I said, why not? And she kind of paused. She goes, well, but I'm only supposed to think good thoughts. I said, that's not human. It is not normal. If we try to force ourselves to feel something that we don't feel, all it does is create conflict and create anxiety. If in any given moment you are feeling upset or overwhelmed or angry or fearful or any of those things, then that's what you're feeling. Be authentic. It's okay that sometimes life sucks, and that we acknowledge that it's okay that life sucks, because in another small bit of time, it's going to be something else, and we're going to feel something else. And I have always, always believed that it is better to be authentically unhappy than falsely happy. If folks are running around trying to, tell themselves that everything's great and everything's great because they're not willing to take ownership of the fact that they have an authentic human feeling, that's not going to bring balance. That's not going to allow you to be grounded. It's false. Be real. It takes a lot less work. If you're not feeling good, it's okay. Soon you'll feel something else. But if in that moment you're grieving, if in that moment you're having a hard time, if in that moment you're lacking faith or feeling scared, find someone you can talk to and talk about it. Let it out. And sometimes just the act of letting something out and being real, being safe, feeling safe enough to be really real with someone. And as empaths, we do an awesome job at that. We can allow people to feel real and that it's okay for them to be real. And when we have an opportunity to say, you know what, it's not a good day, but tomorrow probably will be, or at the very least, it'll probably be better. Don't feel that you've got to be anything in order to be able to move through the things that you're moving through, because the first part of solving a problem is admitting that there's a problem. If you don't admit that all is not well in your kingdom, and if you don't admit that you know, that you have, these things that you need to talk about. Suppressing it isn't going to help. It's admitting things aren't good and here's why. And then you can be able to work with it because it's right there laid out before you. If it's a conflict with another person, it doesn't mean you have to go into a screaming and yelling match, but to pretend that you're not upset about something doesn't help. It doesn't help because it's going to come out. Energy of that nature will come out in one way or another. It's either going to come out in a way that you control and you decide and you communicate consciously, or it's going to be that thing that, is the straw that breaks the camel's back. It's going to become an explosion, and then extra stuff is going to be added to it just because it's been down there fermenting. We are amazing at resonating with energies, and that includes the energies that we ourselves produce and the energies that, the energy flow that we create, we can follow along. And just like we would be patient with somebody else, we can be that patient with ourselves. It's okay. Everybody has a bad day, maybe a week, maybe a month. Our entire nation has been having a bad year. I mean, there are people I know who are saying that, they were done with 2020 in February. So, yeah, it's rough. And yeah, eventually it's going to get better. And hopefully we will be wiser and more compassionate when we come out of the other side of it. But until then, hang on to your authenticity. If you need to vent about something, find someone you can talk to, find someone you can vent to. Heck, my email's in the description. Vent to me. It's okay. I can understand that. And really, it's about us supporting one another in being authentic. Nobody is going to be in a good mood all the time. And often I have people who I deal with who say that, I'm always so calm and everything is just, I'm always very stable and, I don't lose my temper. Oh, believe me, I do lose my temper. And I understand that that's something that I can also still have some control over. I can express when something is not right to me, but it doesn't have to have that added frustration. Because often when people are expressing that, that intense reaction, as empaths, we can look past the anger and the outburst, and we're either going to find frustration or we're going to find fear. And when you put it into that thought and that frame of mind, the person is being reactive, but they're not. Sam. Sam is like trying to find a comfortable position, so of course he bumps into the tripod. But, it's about learning to let things go. It's about accepting that, things are bad and it's okay to be upset about it. It's okay to think it's unfair. It's okay to, be scared by it, because it's by opening ourselves up to very, very human and very normal emotions that they don't take control of us. We are more empowered with something that we take control of, that we choose. I can be upset, but then I have the choice of how I want to respond. I can either lose my temper completely, that's a choice, or I can take a deep breath and go, okay, I feel aggravated, and what is adding to what just happened, or what is adding to the event that is intensifying it for me? Where am I frustrated? Where am I afraid? How is this sitting inside of me that reaction is where I go? So we have a lot of ability to choose how we respond if we can catch it before it takes on a life of its own. So it's okay. Even as empaths, we get mad. We get scared. We get frustrated. Just because we're sensitive to the emotions of others doesn't mean that ours aren't important. But whatever you do, whatever you're feeling, be real, be authentic. If to no one else but yourself, admit that that's what you're feeling, and you need to be able to figure out a way through it, and you will. And if you need help, I'm here. So take care of yourselves and listen to what's going on inside you. Because like I said, one way or another, that energy is going to come out. And it's a lot better when it's something that you get to be a part of deciding how that happens. But there's no way you can get this wrong. Everything's about learning. So good luck with that. If you need help, I'm here. Because I know you can do this, and I believe in you. So, thank you for joining me. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, then please leave them in the comment section. I've been getting a lot of bots in the comments section, which I find fascinating. It's like, wow, I guess I'm growing enough to be noticed by people who send out bots. But, so leave a comment there. I will check, I always check both the comments in Blog Talk Radio and with YouTube. And if you want to reach me, you can do so. Like I said, my email address is in the description. You can follow me on Twitter, and you can join the Facebook group Medicine Walk with Dr. Eileen. And if you like this video, or if you think the channel is cool, then please press like on the video and subscribe. We're up to 111, and I know that, in the world of YouTube, that doesn't seem like a big thing, but I appreciate each and every one of you who has chosen to subscribe. I really do. And new subscribers are always welcome, and it helps the channel, and it helps me out to try to grow it. So again, thank you for joining me, and as always, I wish you balance, and I wish you blessings from my heart to yours. Love you, and see you next time. Bye.